slowly falling down cooler闇へ but never going back touch 向かえどうして高く上げてなお大ボーナなんてもうグッバイしょこりもなくファイナカマと Need another day I will run away from nothing no more どこまでも笑がってこう今超えてく Also ready to break it up I'm not afraid yeah break it Keep it point in the dark 自分の力に変え wipe out 今ねじ曲げる視線 I never fall in I never ever care for them 今立ち向かう and I defeat myself I gotta go, skin myself, save for backward I gotta go, skin myself, see a suspect Time away from me, it's not my shadow Smoke, let us set my tongue on a surface Nobody knows, cause I can't flow, live fast for the
Hello YouTube, I'm back again with another video. I am doing an update about the situation. As you can tell, you have this 19-year-old who's married to literally her 61-year-old godfather. After her godfather left her mother to be with her daughter. As you could tell from this clip in World Star Hip Hop, the 19-year-old's basically arguing, basically saying that she doesn't care about people's opinions and that she has no plans on leaving her husband. And again, that's the thing I'm so confused with these people on social media. They try to bring up and that's the point I'm making. They try to bring up their personal life on the internet. Even on top of that, talking shit about her own mother, which is actually utterly disrespectful and uncalled for. People these days have no shame. And it's gonna even be more shameful because I am gonna be giving an update about this. Considering this is like 3 years ago. And the reason why I did bring up because I was fully aware of my opinions through talking about it, and I did call out the couple. And you could say she was we could argue that the 61-year-old, by now 64 years old, groomed this teenager to make, and I'm pretty sure she had that too because she wasn't getting along with her mother, and they want to vent their frustrations. They feel like they can make their own decisions, but then here's the mother that I'm talking about. But so it isn't. It's not any better on the mother's part to call her on social media. But at the same time, I would say, if your daughter is insulting you on social media and letting everybody know, then I will not argue with the mother. But at the same time, this is just absolutely embarrassing. Just a complete mockery of their relationship. They have no self-respect, you guys. But I'm just so confused why anybody would want to be married to their godparents. Absolutely crazy. Because if you think about it, when you think of your godparents, I'm pretty sure these are the same people that are holding you as a baby, as a child. So I just can't really see the mix. And here, she's leaving. There's some claims. She's claiming that now all of a sudden she's leaving her husband. I'm talking about this year. Apparently she's leaving her husband. After she contradicted herself, saying that she was never going to leave him. So clearly this daughter is a gold digger, from what I understand. And I'm gonna prove it otherwise. There's gonna be a clip of her asking for a GoFundMe, using GoFundMe right now. Give me one. Here's and I'm guessing her name is Deja, whatever. It's a really ghetto name. I don't want to be able to say it, but for short, Deja sounds a lot easier. But again, giving Florida a bad name. No, I don't know if this whole fiasco is taking place in Florida, or if she's just born there and they're doing it somewhere else, like spending time at another state. But this is just downright wrong. Just downright insane, awkward. Like I don't see how they match as a couple. Like, look at this picture, and it's funny because it's very, and going back to what I said, it is very contradicting. She's talking about how she didn't care about the people that her haters, how they criticized her, but now all of a sudden 3 years later, she's going back to them for help, and she's asking if on her GoFundMe page to help donate, and claiming that and trying to let us know that she left her husband and that she's on her journey. She's trying to be independent. She's trying to feed 3 kids. But if you're independent, you should be able to take care of those kids yourself. That's basically what you're telling us. When someone claims they're an independent woman or independent man, that means they're not asking, they're not begging for help, and they're willing to strive and push forward and be responsible adults, which clearly isn't the case, because it goes back to, she's literally twisting her words and going back to what she said, and it's just very confusing, you guys. But like, there was somebody in the comment section that said she's still probably with the husband, but then talking about how it was like she went through a toxic marriage. She didn't really get into details as to how. Then again, her personal life, but at the same time she brought on the internet. Like, if you're trying to make it that personal, you should. And you're saying you're coming from a toxic marriage. Why don't you give us details as to how toxic it was, or how your husband is treating you? But honestly, you guys, and people can call me cruel. Honestly, she does not deserve the support. After all, even though she could argue, yeah, it's been 3 years, but after all that she said in the past, and like the remarks she's made towards the viewers, what are you guys gonna get in return? How is she gonna be able to please us? How is she gonna like show us gratitude if we were to donate? Not saying you guys should, but it's complete full of cap, because she realized she pretty much ruined her life. She pretty much blew it by going someone who's already about to be a senior, who's growing too old and won't be able to like take care of her too long, who won't be able to like provide for her. And because considering her age, you guys got to think a bit clear. You got to think carefully, you guys. She's literally married to a guy who's like in his 60s, and he won't be long to be able to like provide for her, or he won't be able to manage funds. Because if it was me, you guys, if I'm an old man, no way would I even consider giving my hair to some random woman that I just recently married, or someone who I know is just in it for my wealth. Because it's clear that Deja does not love her husband. She's in it for how much he can offer, and who knows how much he has offered her. But like, could you imagine, you guys? Could you really see someone? Could you really expect a woman being loyal, especially if she's in her 20s, to a guy that's literally an old man? I could never see that. I can understand maybe a possibly 10 to 15 year difference, even though that's huge. Around that, I could see them being loyal to their fiance, the person they're married to. But this is an extremely a really extremely wide age gap, 40-year difference. So I'm not really buying into like what she's selling. And it's crazy enough how she's trying to start a GoFundMe, and it seems like people are donating. Now, it's similar to the Boogie 2988 situation where he lied about cancer. The same thing could be about her situation. She's most likely lying, or could probably still be with her husband. So it would not surprise me either way if she's lying, just like Boogie. When Boogie was talking about he had cancer and he needed the money to be able to like cover for his treatment in order to be able to follow through with his procedure or whatever he's going through, and that he cannot make it and he's trying to do whatever he can to live. But this is just an awful, downright stupid like response, in my opinion, you guys. This is a complete waste of a comeback. Just waiting. Decides all of a sudden 3 years later, she's asking, like, and pleading for haters, the viewers that she was disrespecting. But in return, she has nothing. She has no way of like showing that she can redeem herself or any redeeming qualities, you guys. So I personally, again, people would be. I'm not gonna tell people to, but people will be stupid enough to throw their money. Which it looks like 20, 200. Was it 250 or 250? And she's asking. And I forgot to mention she's asking 20,000. That's a weird like goal in my opinion. That's an odd amount because she rather than asking for a specific amount, she could have just simply said, "Yo," because that explains her IQ. She could have just simply said, "I appreciate if you guys could donate me money," without specifying how much she wanted. But that's really what if that's according to what she wants. Like, what is she gonna use the 20,000 for? Unless she's trying to use it for something that she wants to, like, if she's planning to use all that money in one go, who knows? But anybody with common sense would know not to trust this GoFundMe, guys. It's absolutely sad, and she realized she screwed up. She literally screwed her life around. That's why she's going back. I wish she could like, she regrets what she said. She wishing she could like take back everything that she said and being with this guy. Because I explained the age gap is way too big, and then you know for a fact that he won't be able to live that long in order for them to actually be able to like spend time with the relationship. It would really amount to nothing, you guys. But to make this comeback, expect that amount of money, but like, which clearly shows her again. Her mother said she's an idiot, which is true. The daughter is actually stupid, like because and the fact that I was right, like her talking about like she never has to depend on her ex, which is a complete lie, which is clear she was depending on her ex. Or I don't know if that it may be the case, but she's depending, and I said it, and I'm gonna say it again. She's proving me otherwise. She depends solely. She literally solely depends on people to provide for her, in which you know she's a complete freeloader and just outright lazy like widow. And if she is, because I don't believe the claims, but like arguing that she has 3 kids. That's why. That's why myself I would personally would not give her, especially this generation. When I look at it now, I'm obviously having second thoughts not to like ever decide to ever try and get with a woman who's just leeching off me, and that's really what's going to happen, and you got to be aware of those signs, you guys. But I honestly don't buy into her story. I'm just irritated the fact she thinks she's trying to be independent when clearly contradicting, going back to shit, independent. She's dependent on her husband, dependent on everybody, and she feels like the world like literally owes her. For what did she do for the community? What did she do that makes me ever want to feel bad? And then on top of that, twerking and showing off her body and being just complete ratchet. And especially I myself do not approve of ratchet women. And you would think anytime a female acts ratchet, acts that kind of way, they're a complete freeloader and they're always dependent on guys or other people to always send them money, do them favors whenever they ask, and just drain your entire bank account until they find someone else to do it to. And you're left, and when the moment you're left with nothing, they're gonna leave you. And so this is why I really do not have any type of sympathy for her husband, and I don't want to bring up her mother, but I definitely don't have a sympathy for this couple at all. Not only because the age gap as well, but these people are just complete outrageous scumbags and just immoral people who have no shame in their game. And again, it's not affecting me. It really shouldn't affect anybody. I honestly don't know why anybody should be concerned. she's ruining her own life, because now there's a lot of things that we could do that are important, because like when at the same time, because we'll never get the chance to actually be able to like let her know how we feel, because none of it is our concern, and it should be kept that way. And the fact that she wants our attention, she said she didn't care, but she wants us to care, is what blows my mind, drives me crazy. It's absolutely insane. You don't want help, but in all of a sudden later you change your mind, you want people to help you, and you don't care what people think. But all of a sudden you care what people think at the same time. But her downfall is gonna come, you guys. It's just people gotta be smart enough just not to follow through with it, and just don't trust what she says. Just don't be able to like donate. That's all. That's really all it takes. And I'm not convinced, you guys. I obviously know, but anybody's convinced, you definitely need to get help, and you're just complete idiots. So, but overall, I feel like it's enough, you guys. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to check for more upcoming content later in the future. Be sure to check notifications, comment, like, subscribe. Thank you.